can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Oh, yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D, hump day, let's go.
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty. It's March, a couple weeks away from it.
It's like the middle of March. You got St. Patty's Day in less than a week, Spenny.
Yeah.
Are you, Spencer Rax in the building, KG. What's really good, KG?
The top 5 list today.
Top 5 Wednesday, top 5 fat athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Electric.
I got to tell you guys this, too. When I was Chase in the Chase Lounge also, when I was putting my list together, like I was doing some reading and stuff, and my number one, like there was a lot of stories about him in the news, so I was reading it, and I was kind of sad, you know? I was kind of sad because I had walked that life to some degree before. D-Mac, like,
yeah.
Sports stuff aside for a minute, we'll get to it.
Parallels to life.
Exactly.
And that's the big thing with like a lot of our athletes. And, you know, I'll sit here and I'm one of them because, you know,
I thought about you too when I was reading it.
My story is, right, were the parallels that we always talk about.
Yeah.
Not only being friends, but the battles, you with sugar, me with alcohol, and stuff like that. Well, people can appreciate that. And I think that yes, there's something, and especially athletes that we tag on to, but they become part of our life, right? And stuff like that. And so you appreciate that, but for every success story, there are a whole bunch of failures. So, and I think it's, you know, to bring it in. The one thing is, Neil, when we do the top 5 list today, yes, what did the fat athletes or overly large athletes? But these guys were elite at their craft.
No, they were all good.
I'm saying there's a combination.
My number one has a
greatness.
stunning stat line.
Unbelievable,
stunning.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're definitely gonna get it. Steve O'Baby, Neil, the Eiserman haters, jump into the Woodward Sports chat thread. By the way, subscribe to the Wood Sports YouTube channel. Get in there. You want to skip the line? Use the super chat as well. Steve O'Baby, Neil, the Eiserman haters are back. I was at work yesterday. I heard what people said about Steve Eiserman yesterday, and I'm glad D-Mac schooled the haters. No, appreciate
Listen,
Stick
guys,
for filling in too.
You're in, and we're going to talk about a lot of our sports teams, and it's pretty much are you in or are you in the way?
That's it.
I mean, it's always like, holy cow, we don't live in San Diego. The weather's not perfect all the time, right? There's storms that come through. So it's just, can you see a way out, right? Can you see a light with all your teams? That's all it is. So if you're in that camp, then you can listen to me. If you're not in that camp and the sky's falling and everything's done and, oh, it's his fault, well, you know what? I'm not into blame. I'm into solutions. So if you're in my camp, then we can talk. And you're entitled. Here's the thing. You can play it any way you want. Mm-hmm. But just remember, if you're in that boat, I ain't talking to you. This is not for you. It's for the ones that want. And I think that the great thing right now in Detroit sports, as we've talked about, as all the teams are ascending, so to speak, as they've gotten better, is that it's more of the question is, are you in or are you in the way?
No, and that's going to be a theme.
And that's huge across the board because obviously, as whoever said that, the haters are back. And yes, they always will. See, that's the whole thing. They've never left, guys. I don't know if you know this about haters. They're always hating. You can put a muzzle on them every now and then, but they're truly looking for the negative to begin with. I look for the positives. We all know at the bottom line, if you can't handle it, turn it off. It's just like anything else. Don't be in that room. Anybody know who Gary Vaynerchuk is? Right? Gary Vaynerchuk is one of the greatest motivational speakers out there right now, and just about life and stuff like that. And he said, and his bottom line is, what the fuck are you doing in that room if they don't want you in that room? You know what I'm saying? So leave. So that's the fact is that, like, and we're all frustrated because we all want it to be better. And we all want to win championships, but it's about the journey. So I can't help you if you're not going on that journey. Yes, are there questions to be asked? Are there concerns to be had in all 4 sports, Neil? Yes, there are. But do you see a way out? Do I see light in every professional sport? I do. And that hasn't been. I sat here a year ago and probably didn't see that.
Did want to? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's the bottom line. It's the bottom line is where are you at?
And that's going to be the theme, D-Mac.
Or are we going to work our way out of this?
And I'm glad you brought that up.
We're Detroit, so you know what? It never comes easy. Detroit versus everybody means put your hard hat on, grab your lunch pail, and go to work. And as fans, we have to do it too. You got the biggest game of the year tonight at LCA for this Red Wing team against Buffalo, right? It doesn't matter they've lost 6 in a row. It doesn't matter how they put whatever. They just have to find a way to win 2 points, and especially in regulation, because now it's do or die. Now, like that red light is flashing just because of what you have to get over, right? Because everybody's there. So that's where you're at now. Some people embrace that. Some fight or flight. That's what it is. You know, in your fandom, are you fight or flight? You gonna fight, or are you gonna flee? So. I mean, it is what it is, Neil.
And as D-Mac said, that's going to be the theme here today. Are you in or are you out? And there's going to be no soft talk on this. Why are you shaking your head, KG?
Because this is like a K to Duran Live. I already know where you're going with this. And when I saw it, I was like, this is perfect for Neil.
Well, I got, and again, I got tagged on a social media post of a clip of Ryan Ermanni from yesterday's show. We're going to play it. Yep. Spencer has it loaded.
Clip that I edited, by the way.
In about 7 minutes. Yep. Shout out KG. In about 7 minutes, we're going to play it. And we're just, you know what? We're going to cut the shit, everybody.
Cut the shit.
All right? That's it. And look, as a PSA, if you work here at Woodward and you get in your feelings a lot, you probably want to turn this off. I'll say it like that. If you get in your feelings about it, you probably should go into a new profession. I'll say it like that because it's about to get as real as it gets. So,
yeah, blood.
So get ready. Get ready for it.
Big the energy caddy if needed.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Oh, Spenny's leaving. He said he's walking out. All right, Spenny. Spenny's out.
Yep.
All right, there's that.
Right,
Spenny's done. Okay, cross him off the list. No, but we're gonna be chopping it up for sure. Big shout out to Stick and everybody for filling in while I was gone in Indy with Oakland. As I said on Twitter, all things end badly or else they don't end. It's gonna happen to every college basketball team but one. It sucks the way that it came down at the end. That was a pretty rough way to go out, the 3-point lead and the and one called and everything like that. But I'll give you guys a little bit of the insight on that, and it made me actually feel good walking away. Our guy, Baru Naval-Arul, who you know probably a lot of people watch the game, I was in the elevator after we got back, and obviously everybody's crushed, right? Because every team in college basketball is going to do that walk at some point. And we're in the elevator going up to eat after we got back to the hotel. And I said, man, Rue, sorry that it ended that way. That call was kind of suspect and everything like that. And he's like, Neil, we did it to ourselves. We put ourselves in that spot. So we have no one to blame but us. And I was like, damn. Because you don't hear people talk like that anymore.
That's maturity, and that goes to, love to hear it, because that's the truth. And the sooner you realize that, you know, what your responsibility is, it's life.
Yep.
So
no, and then
that's great, but that's great to hear, because that, to me, that okay, this kid, in my mind, his mentality's right. Whether his skills to play at the next level or whatever, but that's sort of a guy that understands what is my role, and what did I do, and you know what, I didn't do enough.
And that was it. So props to him. But AKG, I thought about you too. The season was always going to be a wash, no matter what.
Here we go with that shit.
It was a free spin, KG. It was a free spin. It was always going to be a wash.
With your Michigan hate, are you in or are you out, bro? Just say what you really mean. No,
no, but we are going to get into it. Nobody in the super chat, by the way, jump into the super chat. Neil, I saw and heard your name get absolutely dragged through the mud by one Easy. Also, go Lions, trust Brad, and shout out Woodward Sports in general. Spenny, do you care to elaborate?
Easy did not appreciate the stray that was thrown at him on Monday, and he was playing clips of your Malik Willis takes after every break.
About the high ceiling stuff?
Yeah.
So this means war now.
No, it doesn't. I didn't know about that until nobody posted that right there.
Don't act like you ain't got a verse for Easy.
What was the stray, Neil? Because you know what did it?
It was about like what was said in the group chat, and Easy's.
Oh, that's going to come up later in about 6 minutes.
But Easy didn't even say anything bad in the group chat. But he has the reputation for himself,
Yeah.
and he doesn't hide from
Who
it.
Easy?
Yeah. No, I tell him that.
Who Easy, Mr. I'll just jump every which way to whatever fits my narrative. That guy.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Shots fired. You got a verse for Easy. I know you.
Oh,
do.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
no, and this is Neil fight. I'm just sitting here for accountability of what I've seen.
It's war, man. Draw your battle lines, man.
No, hey, I'm glad I'm on Big D, boys.
Woodward Sports Super Chat, Sheldon Hopka. I just learned to never listen to Maz or any of Ryan's hot takes. Both think the sky is falling because Brad we trust and what he has with Motor City Dan Campbell. This is kind of out from left field. Last Barto in the chat. Pause is lame as hell.
Damn, one pause. Dude.
Wow, pause getting strange.
Chill on pause, man.
Well, Hooper.
mean-
hey, what do you mean? Is Hooper getting all the love in the city right now? Is
Hooper's
that it? Is it
definitely up
Hooper's
right
time?
now.
Is that why?
Yeah, I mean, and Rory's all
Pause
right.
is top 2.
I would say
mascot in the
Hooper's
city.
better than Rory. Or I mean, Pause is better than Rory.
Yeah, pause is better.
You
than
think
Rory.
so?
And I love Rory.
I mean, you know,
It's like Paws is at the zoo like 5-6 times a year, like 3 or
Yeah.
4 times in the summer.
Pause gets out and sees the people. I never see
Yeah.
Rory
Pause
out.
arguably the best mascot
fair.
we have.
That's fair. Yeah, why isn't Rory out, like, walking the stadium and stuff like that?
Win a
Paul's
couple-
always on top of the dugout.
Win a couple playoff games, Rory thinks he's too good for everything.
That's,
Yeah,
that's the
man.
way it
He's
is.
switching
Yeah.
up, man.
No, I think we can all agree that Hooper's the best mascot.
I do like Hooper
Who's
a lot.
better?
I'm a party guy myself, but you know.
I think Pause is up there, bro. He arguably number 1. Arguably.
Okay. I can't kill you on it. I
You
lean
hate Pause.
Adiz 411 RIP Oakland Golden Grizzlies basketball. Hey, everyone's gonna get buried at some point, man.
Yep.
Ain't but one team not
only
gonna get
one winner.
buried. I say ain't for a fact. Woodward Sports, Joe. I like what Braylon has to say sometime. Braylon's my guy, man. Steve, Neil, remember you wanted to draft Malik Willis to replace Goff, and I don't recall that part where I was like, they need to draft Malik Willis. I saw what the possible route was. We talked about that. And I also said at the same time, which Easy probably conveniently left out, I said, you're getting Jared Goff at $30 million, man, and you got a first-round pick to take him. It's one of the best deals as far as quarterback resume goes that you've seen.
Yeah. I have heard you say that. So I can
And I said that from day one. But people hear what they selectively remember. But that's fine. We're all going to remember something in about 3 minutes. We all are, as a matter of fact. Are you in or are you out? Dexter James, Oakland still got some grit. No, they did, but in the end, as I said, we did it to ourselves there. And I'm not looking to pit show versus show. That's not it. I see a take, I take it down. Like that's how this works. And it's not. Ryan and I have been friends for a long time. We've worked together for a long time. So it's nothing personal. It's just I'm reacting. I'm paid to tell you what I feel. And I feel some kind of way about this. So we're going to get into it.
There it is.
And get ready, everybody.
Bars.
Because here we go. Top 5 Wednesday. Easy's
Can I
in the
ask a
chat
question?
now. Yeah.
Can I just ask a question just of relevance to whatever? Malik Willis was drafted what year?
What was it, 2022?
Was that Hutchinson's year? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so 21. Is that 21?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 years ago.
Or was it 22?
I thought it was 20.
Just one-
Because it was a
just-
Jameson
just
Williams
one
pick,
season.
right?
Still in the
Yeah, it's
league?
the year
It was a
after,
JMO
but-
pick that everyone thought was going to be Malik Willis.
Yeah.
And then he didn't get picked till the 3rd round.
Right.
That was
I'm just
tough.
saying, is he even playing?
No.
Malik, yeah, he won a couple games for the Packers
He
last
did.
Won a
year.
couple
but
games for the Packers.
He's not a consistent player
He's
in this
not a
league.
starter.
Yeah. No, he won. He won a couple games.
Well,
for
thank
him.
God Brad Holmes is at the helms in draft and not Neil, right? Is that easy? Is that your take? Because Neil would have took
No,
Malik
because I was
Willis on
analyzing picks, right? And we were talking about it. And
Never,
say, hey,
never.
What do you
listen,
think?
Never, as I sat here, did you ever, like, lay your flag down for Malik Willis? I thought that was easier. I thought that wasn't there somebody
Mass.
else at this network?
Mass.
Maz
Maz,
carried
it
the
was
flag.
Maz.
No, Mass
okay.
was all in.
But it was Matt. But it was the fact that you're looking at the numbers, but it was never going to be it. I don't understand why. Why is Malik? Do we have anybody more relevant than Malik Willis?
I don't know.
In the argument, that's all I'm saying.
All right. let's get ready to go. Top 5 Wednesday coming up, second hour. Let's absolutely do it. FeldmanAuto.com, everybody. Tons of Feldman brand dealerships in and around town. And why? Because they've been around since 1996, and they are the best in the game. Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They got some deals going on for you. You want a Silverado like Rack got in the chat from Feldman Auto? You can do it too. Just $199 a month plus tax. Scan the QR code on the screen. Trying to do the SUV thing. 2025 Equinox front-wheel drive, $249 per month plus tax as well. So again, they got the deals for you. You can get into that new Chevy at the #1 Chevrolet dealer in Michigan. I bought my car from there. Sean Belizean bought a car from there. Rack bought his Silverado from there. Hey, you guys know what it is, man. We're driving around town in them. Go to FeldmanAuto.com. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports is at it again, giving away more cash and prizes than anyone in Detroit. Get into our March Bracket Challenge, powered by Jugganathan Neurosurgery. If you have the biggest basketball brain and get first place, you win $1,000 cold, hard cash. But it doesn't stop there. Second place gets a weekend at Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City, including brunch at Erie and golf. Third place, 2 club seats to see the Pistons versus Bucks with food and drinks courtesy of RHB Laboratories in Troy. You can pre-register now at WoodwardSportsBracket.com. That's WoodwardSportsBracket.com. Then, after Selection Sunday, fill out your bracket for your chance at $1,000 in cash money and more. Pick by mascot, choose by team colors, have your dog picked. No matter how you do it, go to WoodwardSportsBracket.com right now and register. All powered by the best in the game, Jugganathan Neurosurgery and Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. That's right, shop.woodwardsports.com. You still in the F Them Picks mode? Get the F Them Picks shirt. Get ready for opening day. The Pistons playoff push, because they're definitely going. So you can get geared up. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, everybody. We are off and running. Spenny, I have to apologize to you. We are going to get to the Piston stuff. And I know that you I know you do the work and come up with the topics, but then I got tagged on something on Twitter about an hour and a half ago, and everything changed. So we're going to do this. I think the time has come to have a real discussion, a real, brutally tough, brutally honest discussion among ourselves, with others. That is time. So, yes. Here's the deal. Somebody tagged me in this clip of our own 2 to 4, Ermanni and Edwards with Mads. This was Ryan Ermanni talking about the Lions.
After 48 hours of this negotiating period, I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl under this current state right now. I think it can happen, but I'm over 50% now in my Super Bowl meter that is going back and forth. My Super Bowl meter was once here at 100. Then it was about 60%. They're going to win, I think, but I'm not really sure. Now it's at about 25%. Oh. My Super Bowl meter is about 25% as it stands right now with the information that we have right now. Because I don't believe, and I've said this before, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. I do not believe you can draft your way to a championship.
All right, that was Ryan Ermanni yesterday on Ermanni and Edwards with Mass. So the time has come, everybody, because I'm seeing this more and more, and I'm seeing it around town. And things are going to get uncomfortable right here, right now. Because for me, the bottom line is this. You are either in with this organization or you are out. You can't half-step, and you definitely can't tell me because they didn't sign the guy you wanted in free agency that we're out. It's over now. That's absurd. That's absurd talk from people. And then number 2, by the way, if you're out, then my sneaking suspicion is you've been out. And for the people like Ermanni that want to flip-flop and go back and forth, that's fine. Do what you do. I'm not here to tell you how to do your job or anything like that. You do what you do. But they're here at this network. They're here all over the place. There's guys like Easy out there with the Jared Goff stuff. Just come out and say it. Say they can't win with Goff. Say it. Say it. You say you do softly. Oh no, I've changed my thinking on that. I think they can. I think they can. And then all of a sudden something bad happens and you're like, oh, see what happened with Goff. There's Goff turning the football over. Just cut the shit and come out and say it. Say they can't win with Goff. Say that you don't trust Brad Holmes to deliver a Super Bowl. This regime here will win a Super Bowl. Will it be next year? I don't know the answer to that. I can't guarantee you a year, but they're built to last. They got a guy that's a real talent evaluator in charge. They will get the job done. So if you don't think they can, then just come out and say it right now. Say it. Say it. Don't passive-aggressive text a group text thread or anything like that. Just come out and say it. Easy. Your words say it already. You don't think they can win with Goff. So quit being soft and just come out and say it. Go, oh, you don't want to do that because you want to hurt your image or whatever. Just go ahead and say it. Say it. What's Benny?
He said it before. That he doesn't think they can win a Super Bowl.
Okay, so he's out. So he's out. They can't win a Super Bowl then because he's going to be the quarterback, is he not?
Yeah.
And if he's going to be the quarterback and you don't think you can win with them, then you don't think they can win a Super Bowl. And if Brad Holmes didn't sign the guy you wanted in free agency, and everyone's flipping out about them not getting guys that weren't available to them. The Max Crosby thing, the Myles Garrett thing, all of it. Like, people are mad about stuff he didn't do. What was the move you wanted that you didn't get? I'll go back to this then, and anyone feel free to answer this. What move has happened so far in free agency where you're like, oh my God, that shifted the whole fortune of the entire National Football League? What move?
Not much.
Yeah, haven't.
So what are we talking about? What are we like, oh, I thought they were going to win a Super Bowl. Now they're not.
No,
like, what are we doing?
It's the same thing I said before. The fandom. They hide underneath the covers until it's time to come out. To me, all this sounds like is like, okay, so don't ever try to run a marathon because you're going to quit at mile 21 or 22. Like, it's part of the building. The number, like, is the offense good enough to win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
I mean, everybody, like, do we not have one of the best offenses? To me, it's all about health and availability. What Philly had in the playoffs is they had everybody healthy. If you have this team healthy with the people on this roster that are supposed to play.
D-Mac, no. They're not good enough as constructed.
Because
we got to go sign 8 guys right now.
Okay.
This team isn't good enough, D-Mac.
So if you don't trust Brad Holmes, like, just say that you're out.
Say you're out. That's all I want.
But then you've always been out, or it was always like, what, one-trick pony? There's a window, and you're in the window. And unfortunately, it ended awful last year with greatness and what it was supposed to be. But I don't know about you, but when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and the team's supposed to be resilient. Didn't we just watch Philly lose and then figure it out and then come back and like? I mean,
it was over for them. Remember they lost to Tampa.
To me, it's health. Over. Who's available? You can't win a Super Bowl plugging and playing third string guys in here, and that's not what we're talking about. But obviously, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, this coaching staff, believes in who they have. And to Ryan's point about you can't draft. What are you talking about? You've just drafted all of your players that are going to be part of this Super Bowl, winning team. If it is over the draft and now coming into this draft, you need a specific person.
And D-Mac, that's what I don't understand. You can't draft your way to a Super Bowl. It's the only way you can win a Super Bowl. Look at these teams out there right now. Look at where the Saints are. Look at where the 49ers, like these teams that you go out, you sign a ton of free agents. It's not the way. It's never been the way. Do you think this is, Spenny, you think this is going to work for the Patriots?
Probably not, no.
Probably not, no. Exactly. You have to draft in every sport, not even just football. What was the thing? You heard Aiden Hutchinson say it without saying it. You heard Brad Holmes say it without saying it. You could have 2 edges that make $40 million? No, you can't. You have to draft guys. It's the only way through. The only way. Especially in the cap, Dan. Now, look, I understand some people aren't nuanced enough to understand salary cap stuff. I get it. Oh, the cap's not real. Oh, the salary cap, that's not real. Oh, you just change some things around, you'll get more cap space. Yeah, it's going really well for the what free agents did the 49ers get? They sent a whole bunch of people away.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying here? The day is coming, and the Eagles will have their turn too. But they're free rolling right now because they got one already. And the bottom line also, too, with the Super Bowl is you have to have some good fortune to win a Super Bowl along the way.
Right, regardless of talent.
Brady, Mahomes, all of them, all the
with that.
teams. The Rams when they won theirs. Let's not forget, Stafford hit the 49ers safety in the chest with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, Aaron Donald had to get to Joe Burrow in 1.7 seconds, or Jalen Ramsey, who fell down, would have coughed up to a Jamar Chase touchdown for the win, and we wouldn't even be talking about this.
Even this year, the Rams had the ball in Philadelphia in the red zone at the end of the game. I know we forget that as time goes on.
Let's not bring up the 2023 NFC Championship. The 49ers were down 17 at the half. It took a generational collapse by the Lions in order for them to get back in that game.
Like that's how it works, everybody.
Yeah.
You show me a champion, I'll show you somebody somewhere along the way where they got lucky. That's the way it always works. Always. Woodward Sports Super Chat, Jester Crew. If the Eagles could beat Brady with Foles, it's crazy AF to think these Lions can't deliver with Goff. Stoked, not scared. Also in the Super Chat, Michelle Conklin, we're closer than we've ever been. Forward progress. We need to see this through. 100%. I have no concerns about that. None. Burn. I'm mad they didn't get in a time machine and grab prime Michael Strahan. And also we get to pay him the 2002 contract of $42 million for 7 years.
That's what it is for me. Is I think Lions fans are expecting a impact edge rusher in the prime of his career to come to Detroit and sign a 2-year, $10 million deal. Like it's not going to happen. And you're not going to pay $40 million for Trey Hendrickson or Myles Garrett because you already have your $40 million pass rusher in Aiden Hutchinson. I expect them to sign depth pieces. I said yesterday on heavyweights, I think they're going to get a depth piece at defensive tackle. They did. I think they'll still get an edge, whether it be DeMarcus Lawrence or somebody like that, but I think they're still going to get a depth defensive end. And then I think Brad Holmes is going to do what Brad Holmes does, which is draft Pro Bowlers and draft all pros. And I think he's going to move up in the first round to get an edge rusher on a 5-year rookie contract to pair next to Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
He's going to get his guy in the draft to put opposite of Aiden Hutchinson for the next 5 seasons on a rookie contract.
Does this not, like, Spenny, can I elaborate? Because you're reading between the lines of the money that they don't want to spend, but to me it tells me that they've got their eye on 1 or 2 guys in this draft that they think putting them opposite Aiden Hutchinson can be more effective than spending the money, because right when you say that, it goes into contracts and terms, and you're at a point right now where, yes, you're signing all your guys that are going to be part of this championship you expect to, but you still got guys to sign, correct? Mm-hmm. So you want to save sort of that money, and if you can get away with that, is that not what elite GMs do? Instead of just going to signing something off and here, this will work, let's go pay $40 million or $20 million for this guy. What if at Allen Park right there, they got their eye on a couple guys that, Spenny, you've broken down some guys in the draft, but will be effective and come in their first year? Because at the defensive end, when you have a healthy Aiden Hutchinson on the other side, isn't that sort of worth the gamble? If you're looking and going, well, these veteran guys we can get for this will be here, but I think this guy can elevate and be better. And plus, again, back to you, rookie contract. Right? Like a guy like that you can develop. So to me, why? Because I think Brad Holmes is nuanced like that. I think he thinks levels and levels and levels and levels, and it's maybe we think we're missing out on something, but no, we're going to get something else. You look at what you said earlier, right? The Jameson Williams pick, the Jahmyr Gibbs picks, not the Jack Campbell pick, not the most popular pick, but to this team, look at where they sit and how effective and what they mean to this team. So I'm looking at like Spenny like that. And don't forget, What does he do, especially early? Drafts Pro Bowlers.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Detroit Arrow. Eagles won by default. If we were completely healthy, I know we would have gone all the way last year, but ish happens. And Arrow, it happened to the Eagles. Remember, they were 11 and 0? 11 and 0, and they completely fell apart internally.
How they looked in the playoffs was not a microcosm of how they looked in the season. Like, they had their ups and downs. They dealt with injuries as well. They just kind of had that stretch towards the end. But there was a point where it looked like the Eagles might be done too.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, they were 11 and 0, they were cruising, and then it all just fell apart, and they got taken out by the Bucks.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
Oh, you talking about last year?
Yeah.
Though. Yeah. I just mean
you know what I'm saying?
Year, though. Even
and
this
like,
year.
That had to look like a nuclear winter to their fans too, the way that we look at how our stuff ended. But I want to carry on this conversation. Let's talk about Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. There's over 50 Planet Fitness locations here in Metro Detroit, and I've been a member for over 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. I have the Black Card option. It's $24.99 a month, and it gives me access to every Planet Fitness in the world. I got some traveling to do this weekend. I went to the one in Milwaukee last week. I'll be going to the one in Florida this weekend. So, again, it's wherever you are. That's where Planet Fitness is. They got the great weight setup. There's a great cardio setup. You're not waiting for machines or anything like that. Stretch zones, 30-minute circuits. It's all there for you guys. Clean facilities everywhere you go. Again, Planet Fitness, man. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
It'll be me. It'll be me. Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce here on Big D Energy every Tuesday or Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy I trusted for 4 Stanley Cups. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Woodward Sports back at it. Big D Energy, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty here with you. KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge as well. And we're are you in or out right now? Can we chat poll it? Are the Lions going to win a Super Bowl? Bottom line, are they going to win a Super Bowl? Because if you don't like Goff, then you don't think they can. Because if you don't like Goff, he's going to be the quarterback, and therefore you don't. So think before you answer. For real. Oh yeah, they can win. I hate Jared Goff. Well, then they can't win, right? Am I crazy here? Okay, I wanted to check in. Dubair773, Rams got rid of Goff for a reason, LOL. Well, then you don't think they can win? I do. I'm clicking yes right now. So anyway, Joaquin Johnson, but I can't wait till Hutch asks out. What has Hutch ever displayed to you to think that he's the kind of guy that would ask out? So there.
You know what the beauty is, O'Neal? Here's the beauty. Everybody at Ford Field, everybody in Allen Park, everybody they're on the same page. So it doesn't matter if we are or not. That's the irrelevance. Do you see organizations? Do you see a plan and stuff like this? No, they're all on the same page of what they're doing. Does it bring to anybody's attention that maybe some of these guys couldn't get through the door, meaning that they weren't Brad Holmes or Dan Campbell type guys? Do you not understand that the further along that you go now that you're 4 or 5 years into this regime, you got to have a passcode. You got to be like waiting there and stuff like this. So there's more things that go to it. Plus you've got maturity and development of your younger guys and stuff like this who have more say now, right? You have more say, more conversation. So I think that, we were talking about it yesterday with the addition of DJ Reed, right, who isn't a lot of people's number one, but with the contract that he got and type of position he played, I compared it to, okay, so it's like signing a McRobertson last year, right? So like along those lines, but the money works out and everything else, but he just seemed to me more than anything their type of player. That's what it is, and I think that more to that because they're not searching for big pieces. It's specific pieces. So that just comes to my mind is that some of these guys like don't make the cut. Maybe physically and stats wise, but to the locker room they don't. I'm speculating because I don't know. I'm not there, but sometimes this comes into it.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Somebody talked about the Eagles, and they got Saquon Barkley. Did you see what their defense did to Patrick Mahomes? Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. Like, what are we talking about here, guys?
Mm-hmm. Talk about a healthy defense.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were all those guys drafted?
They were. It's the only way you can win.
21 of 22 day one starters played in the Super Bowl for the Eagles.
Yep. So there you have it.
So you can draft a team to a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. And yeah, they viewed that as their missing piece, going and getting Saquon. So they did get him. And they won. And they won that football game, I would say, largely on the back of that defense, though, right?
Absolutely.
That Super Bowl, that field was tilted from minute one, and it was over. Drew, no one actually thinks elite and Goff in the same sentence. I mean, when you're back-to-back years, second in the league in touchdowns, fourth in yards.
Goff's had 2 elite seasons in a row.
Is being in the top 5 in both of those categories. Like, again, so you're out then. Drew is out also. Then why is it 82% of the people say yes? Because a lot of these people in this chat right now aren't. So where are you at? Cody, Neil, the data says it all. That's what I go by. Tony D, El Mago's hitting well, Neil, 286.
Hell yeah. They called me a madman.
I'm checking in from the show tomorrow at spring training.
You please do.
I am. I'll jump on a VMix.
Oh, yeah.
Time's the game.
You're going to Lakeland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's wearing a Javi shirt and sitting behind home plate. So.
Hell yeah.
I'm just here to see Javi Baez because
Yeah,
I
I bet.
am. I got my shirt ready. I'm going to pull an easy. And then when Javi's good, I'll say, I got the T-shirt right here.
Right.
I was with Javi the whole time.
He's going to hit a bomb.
I know. And I'm going to catch it.
Did he hit one like 580 feet the other day or something? He hit a bomb the other day.
I hope
Yeah,
he
he
looks
did.
at you, too. You know he does see
I told Neil to go down and get a picture and autograph.
Right. I hope he looked dead at you after you.
To the boys at Big D Energy, thanks for all the support. Yeah,
Right.
To Easy, my biggest fan.
there you go.
Yes. Just a fan. The Goff hate army is large. I know they're quiet, then they pipe up.
No,
and then they're quiet, and they pipe up.
They don't go away, Neil. They just like recede back into the caves, just like all the haters. You give them an opportunity, a nice day, and then they come out. So, I mean, all you can do is just take receipts.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Detroit Sports T. Neil, you don't believe in Goff. We saw the tape. Saw what? The edited tapes on there? Because when we were talking about the draft and someone asked me, what's the path to a quarterback? And then I talk about how you have Jared Goff for $30 million and he's got a year left on his deal. So if you don't think that he's him, you can easily move on.
There it is.
And
There's your caveat. If Brad Holmes' organization doesn't think, right, giving them the question that then this is your option. But that was never a question, right? Like you were just bringing it up to the hypothetically to whatever. I remember you having this conversation. But obviously, Jared Goff is more of Brad Holmes' guy than anything else. But
Well,
you're
guys
talking,
that are
but you were
second in the
given the
league in yards and fourth
situation
in
that if he
touchdowns are
wasn't,
like that, yeah.
if he wasn't, right? Like, and the other, like, I don't know. People just don't listen.
Tabber 313. The Goff hate club is like herpes. It just flares up from time to time. Terrell Florida. Neil, as of right now, if we have one injury on the D-line, we running guys off the street again. You guys think the draft is going to fix everything? I would like to think that the data that we have on Brad Holmes drafting, that yes, that picks will contribute. I would like to think that. Spenny, we did this too. The draft last year, was it a bust? I was told it was.
That's what they say. I don't think it was.
I don't think so either.
I mean, if you expected Terry Arnold to come in here and be Darrelle Revis in his first season, sure. Sorry, he didn't do that.
And you got a starting guard, and you got a future All-Pro special teams guy.
Yep, and I think Wingo is going to contribute a lot next year.
Yeah.
On the defensive line, he showed in flashes what he could do. So, I mean, I know that a lot of Lions fans think that because these guys got hurt, they're dead and they're never going to play football ever again. And so, we're just running out there with nobody. And, like, Aiden Hutchinson is never going to take another snap for the Detroit Lions again. So, we don't have anybody, but, like, come on, guys. It's all right.
John Effing. So the clips are coming up in question. Easy. Nothing was edited. John Effing Lord. LOL. The clips were very short, to be honest. Rocked on Detroit Lions. You can't fake the tape. Show the whole segment. What's the path? These are the paths. So D-Mac, you're here. Like you were there. You saw the whole thing. Tribe. Yes, the dreams are dead. You can't lose 7 assistants and be taken seriously. So there's that camp now too. They lost the assistant coaches, so it's over. So I'm really confused by the chat and everybody in it and what they're saying right now. Yet we put it up there. Will this regime bring a Super Bowl for the Lions? 81% of the people say yeah. So who's lying? Someone's lying. Who is it? Easy's not lying. We have tape of his text messages all the time too.
And the Eagles hired Kellen Moore on February 5th, 2024. So they won a Super Bowl with a first-year offensive coordinator.
Just saying.
It's like, I mean, I understand not being happy. If you wanted an impact edge, if you wanted this big name signing, if you wanted to pay Chase Young 3 years, $51 million, if you wanted to pay Jonathan Allen $20 million a year, if you wanted to pay Milton Williams $20 million a year, I'm sorry that didn't work out for you, but it wasn't going to happen.
Milton Williams actually got $26 million.
$26 million a year. Jesus.
So,
Get your bag.
Shout out Promise on Twitch.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Nobody with the super chat. Neil, us as Lions fans, we've never been here. We've never tasted the honey, the milk, the juice from our plums of a Super Bowl. So close and ripped away from us, we're scared. We think we're going to miss our window. And the streets are littered with that stuff. They are. And it's not easy. And you have to get lucky. Like, it's not linear, guys. You don't make, this isn't a savings bond. You don't make the investment, you're guaranteed a 4% return, and over time it'll fully mature.
Yeah.
That's not how this stuff works, man. And we knew it. We tried to run from it. I'm guilty. I ignored it. The whole injury thing. And Sean Belizean had it put very, very nicely. He said, in your heart, you knew. And in my heart, I knew too. But I couldn't. I don't know why I chose to ignore it. But I did.
Your fandom got in the way.
100%.
And it's okay for that to happen. Like, we're not trying to, we understand a segment of the fan base that feels the way they feel. But at the same time, I said this on the morning show, I feel like just a lot of people take for granted what we had last season. Yes, it didn't end the way we wanted it to end. And we all know this is a Super Bowl or bust situation. But even in the face of injury, you won 15-plus games and was a number 1 seed in the NFC. That's not easy to do. This is a parity league. It's hard to stay relevant year after year after year. And that is what Brad has been able to do from 9-8 to 12-5, 15 wins last year, franchise record. It's hard to do that year to year to year. So you have to be patient in this process. And like you said, sometimes it takes a little luck. Sometimes you just have to be right place, right time. The right deal might have to pop up at the right time. I don't think Brad will not swing on a big name. It just has to be the right situation for him, because he's not going to alter what his ultimate plan is.
Someone in the chat, too, said it earlier. They said people are a little bit confused because you see the Lions, where they top 10 in cap space or whatever they are right now.
Yeah.
But when you look 2 years down the road, when all the deals start hitting, that's not the case.
It's different.
It's not the case.
And they value the cap space. If one thing you haven't learned about this process is they value the cap space.
Because they value who they draft,
Right.
and they know that the guys they draft, they're going to have to pay them to keep them.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
And that's the point.
Michael in the Super Chat, some Lions fans are soft and sensitive. They said Hurts couldn't win a championship either. They did. I'm so tired of hearing these crybabies. 15-2 with 21 dudes hurt. So there's that out there as well. Burn in the Super Chat. 2024 Eagles, 8 of 10 Philly offensive line draft by the Eagles. 5 of 7 defensive line. 4 of 6 linebackers. QB drafted. Can't build with the draft. No, right, Burn. You're absolutely right. Dat boy Roy. Whoever says you can't build through the draft is dumb. You also do need veterans too. So
there's one person.
That's it. Tell about where can they find Woodward Sports on the socials?
You can find Woodward Sports everywhere on social media. Make sure you follow all of them: YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch. All of those platforms, Woodward Sports has a huge presence. So make sure you tap in, follow, like, share, retweet, do all that good stuff. Woodward Sports on social media.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neil Rule here for one of the very best sports books in the game. That's right, Caesar Sportsbook, the official sports book of Woodward Sports. You can scan the QR code on the screen and use a code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. Then when you make your first bet, if you lose that bet, again, all the way up to $1,000, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. It's almost like a do-over, I guess you could say. And look, the offer might bring you in, but the Caesars app is why you will stay with Caesars. It's clean, it's easy to navigate, it doesn't glitch out, and it's Caesars, right? They're one of the OGs of the sports betting game. It's all there for you. Use a promo code Woodward1000. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, keeping it pushing. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. The boys are back, if only for a day. KG in the building, Spencer Raxter as well. Chase is here, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. We appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to check in and engage with the show. So I read the message. You send the messages. Least I can do is try to read as many of them as I can. J2 Element, can't wait to smack Halliburton in the first round. I want Pistons Pacers in the first round.
I do too.
Because that's going to be great TV. And Halliburton's going to be the most hated dude in this town since probably Claude Lemieux.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
for the spotlight, I would like Cade to face the Knicks.
Dude, D-Mac, I'm telling you, man.
No, he's a heel, and he's got. So here's the one thing too is that what I love too is like he's such a huge wrestling fan and whatever. So that's part of the persona. Mm-hmm. Like they're like, and I mean he embraces being the villain.
Yeah, he does.
You know, so let's make him the villain.
No, and he will. It'll be a lot of fun. Manugia match and Pacers.
He's more like the Miz though.
Yes,
but he's good. But he's like the Miz, so I just like it's not scary. It's just a joke.
Annoying heel.
Just
yes.
punch in the face like 50,000 times.
Yeah.
Manugia match and Pacers will beat the Pistons. Maybe they will, but it'll be theater to watch, man. 100%. Stick Radio. Easy wanted Deshaun Watson.
Of course, State Jordan did.
He did. We closed the chat poll, by the way. Will this regime bring a Super Bowl to the Lions? 79% of you said yes. And it's weird because everybody doesn't seem to think that. They don't rock with Jared Goff, and they don't rock with Brad Holmes, and they don't like what they did in free agency. Spenny, I want to check in with you because you're the guy I trust in this space. The DJ Reed thing, and I saw some people, talking about the Carlton Davis thing. They got DJ Reed about 12% less money. Break it down for me, Spenny, because I saw you say they got the best one available.
Yeah.
In your eyes, and they got him for less. So that's a win, right?
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's arguable if you think he it's either him or Carlton Davis.
He was top 3 on the market.
Who's the best cornerback on the market, and you got him cheaper than Carlton Davis, Paulson Adebo, Byron Murphy, and Charkadius Ward. So that's an absolute win. That was one of the best contracts given out. It was either that or the Josh Allen contract that I would say are the best contracts given out. But I love it. Shout out to Chad. Chad sent me an article about DJ Reed and like the trials and tribulations that he's been through, starting at JUCO, living in a house with 9 other guys in it, and sleeping on the floor in the living room because he didn't pay for the house, and just all the different stuff that he's been through in his life, in his career, and even in his NFL career, how to get to where he is. This guy is the epitome of a Dan Campbell guy. Like, he's an absolute fucking dog. And he is very much in the same ilk of an Amik Robertson when it comes to intensity, physicality, tackling, locking down Justin Jefferson. Like, he had one of his best games of his career against Minnesota last year, and he held Justin Jefferson catchless against him when they went up against each other. This is a guy that's extremely. Lions fans are going to love him. He plays with the anger. He's a great tackler. He's great in man coverage. He just fits exactly what you want at a corner in this scheme.
Should I be concerned about the penalty angle? He was number 2 in the league in pass interference, or he led the league in pass interference?
Yeah, I mean, if that's something you want to be concerned about, I'm personally not concerned about it too much.
Okay. That's all I wanted to hear.
I like the fact, too, if you're concerned with that, I think that the way that we've seen Terry and Arnold develop and whatever from early on is that he got the right guys in this organization to help get better. And if he's going to put the work in, he will. You might have a diamond in the rough here.
Woodward Sports chat thread, exiled ex-Lions fan. Goff is trash. Brad Dollar Tree Holmes is going to turn us into the Steelers. Enjoy those expensive ass tickets. So he's out. He doesn't believe it.
I mean, his name would indicate such.
So there you go. He is out. Tony D, DJ Reed is fast AF. No, and I just, you guys know where I live, right? Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't sit down and break down tape of DJ Reed and, how is he in press coverage? And, I didn't do all that. Yeah. I like the money angle. I like that he's cheaper because at $6 million overall less, that's a player.
And you essentially got Carlton Davis back for less money. Because when you really break down the tape between those two, they're very similar in a lot of ways. A lot of their stats do match up in terms of, like I said, just coverage. And, like I said, if you favor interceptions, maybe you lean more Carlton Davis. He's a bigger corner and things of that nature. But for what DJ Reed provides, and technically you can make an argument that he's a better coverage corner, they're about the same. So you essentially got the same player back for less money. It's a good deal.
So there it is. What else, too? Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. Get your thoughts in there. Gromit 0237. Red Wings are already geriatrics. They're slow. Okay, that's out of left field there, but whatever. Rockdown Detroit Lions fan. FYI, Dollar Tree is worth $14 billion. that is fair. Get that bag, man. Shout out Dollar Tree, D-Mac.
And they're slow. I don't think they're slow. They play quick. They have slow, brain-dead moments, right? But you want to say this earlier in the season under Lalonde, did they play slow? Absolutely. Under McClellan? No. I mean, did you watch last game? Did anybody watch the last, or, the first 2 periods of the Washington game? Their problem is inconsistency. They have no room for error not to play a 60-minute game. but the compete level and the speed they're playing at, no. I disagree.
Manugian Mansion in all caps. Neil made a video of his mailbox. I know. 26,000 people watched me get the mail during COVID. I didn't understand it either, Manugian, but they did. And it was kind of fun, too, by the way. So, yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's take the break. Top 5 Wednesday. I've been waiting for this one. Top 5 fat athletes.
Yeah.
Are we ready to rock or what?
Yeah, this
so?
is gonna be
Seeing?
epic. This is a good one.
Are we ready to rock or not?
Yeah, Chase, did you send a list?
Yeah, I sent it to him last week. You should. I can resend it.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah, last week.
Or put it up. But first, let me tell you about Jars.
Yeah.
I mean, all this contention around here, boys. Just go to Jars and get the Darren McCarty brand, and you'll be better.
Right.
No matter
It helps
what
you relax.
it is.
It
All
definitely
right,
helps
guys.
you relax.
Chilling, watching the game later on, watching Brad Holmes, watching the ticker of the draft, whatever it is. Jars Cannabis, they got you covered. Home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products, 27 locations across the state, actually up to 30 now. Repping Michigan in a big way, 9 locations right in the Metro Detroit area. So there's always one nearby. Coming soon to Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, and Milan. Get ready, new stores are coming your way. Go to jarscannabis.com to see where you can get your favorite product today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
At Lady Jane's, we take the chore out of getting a haircut. Talent Stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
All right, keeping it pushing here, pulling up towards hour number 2. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. You want to skip the line? Use the super chat like that boy Roy did. DJ Reed's a really good zone defensive back, and Shep has said he wanted to run more zone. I do think that you will see that, by the way.
And man, too, though.
Yeah, so you will. I think you will see a lot more zone from the Detroit Lions also. So we're not ready to go for top 5 yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, well, that's fine because, Spendy, you had something on the show sheet. You brought it up when we were talking, and it's something that I think I made a mistake on in my calculations as well, because I think, as DMAC likes to say, if you can read between the lines, and you brought it up, you said, does Brad still need an edge rusher? And Spenny, I think I'm in your camp now. For me, that wanted the best available interior offensive line, especially if I could get the best guard, the best center, because those days are coming very, very soon. You can see it. You look at the interior of this Lions line. You probably have your heir apparent at guard, but Ragnow at the center spot. That's a case by case basis, man. Like
That's gonna have to be addressed soon.
Yes.
Right, whether it's later in this round or this draft or whatever. But yes, what do you got? 2 years left with Frank?
Maximum. I'd be
right?
stunned
Like
if it wasn't
I think
one and
we win, he's done.
Yeah.
Right, next year or whatever. So again, my thing is, when you're asking these questions, right, do you think that your GM has the capability to think this way? Like, do you think that Brad Holmes plays it all out? Like, he's thinking about, to me, he's thinking about things that we don't even know about. But I guess it's where is his priority? And does the priority skew more now to that defensive end than it does to that offensive line? Because
yes, for a lot of reasons.
So and there you go. Because wasn't it prefaced, the conversation of going offensive tackle or guard, or that we were going to sign somebody in the offseason, or you weren't going to lose Smith. You weren't going to lose. You missed it yesterday because I keep calling him Hunter, and somebody we did a little thing so now it's Smith. But we didn't think when we were talking about the draft before or whatever like this that you wouldn't have Zadarius Smith, that you wouldn't have there's a void there right now. So I think that yes, it comes up, and is there this guy? Because again, just like I said last segment, reading between the lines, maybe there is this guy out there that he's eyeballing to put in this position that we haven't seen him sign and replace. Like everybody's like, what the hell? Like honestly, I like Zadarius Smith, right? I like that move, but what did he do? Like, why is everybody losing their shit that we released this guy?
It was very easy to see. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying, and I wanted to ask you this too because it came up yesterday. Is it Zadarius Smith has not signed anywhere?
No.
So there could be the fact that at his age or whatever, and then looks around that he comes back at a cheaper price. Is that not possible?
Correct.
Okay. So what happens if they sign? So right now, like in this offseason before the draft, if they re-sign Zadarius Smith at a lower level, is everybody all excited again? Are they all back in because you got a defensive end?
Probably. That's
like, see how ridiculous we are right now?
Miley Slime in the chat. Seriously, we overpaid a mid quarterback. Literally got outplayed by a rookie. So, okay. I mean, he did have the most touchdown passes of teams that went to the playoffs last year and was fourth in yards. I know we did that the year before too. Like, come on, guys. You don't put up back-to-back seasons like that if you're, quote, mid. And in the MVP voting as well. Like, but keep doing it. Every time you do it, I'll keep answering it. And I'll keep answering it the same way. So don't get mad at me when I keep bringing this up. Get mad at the people in the chat.
Just like Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, right? We both had the one of their worst game of the year at the wrong time. And both other defenses sort of dominated, and it wasn't what it like. It was one game at the wrong time.
Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there and get your thoughts out there. But Spenny, it goes back to what you said. I think it is pretty apparent that edge will be the target in the first round, and the finances of the position dictate it.
Yeah,
they almost demand it. Yeah,
it's the new wide receiver.
It's the new way. Exactly. That's exactly where I was going.
Gotta have it. Yeah.
And I would say too, it's edging towards the quarterback angle.
Yeah, it is edging.
You have to. You got to have one, man.
Yeah.
And they got one, and he's going to be coming up, and you got to have it. You got to have. If you want another one, man, you got to go try to get another one on the cheap, dude. You do, and that's through the draft.
Yeah.
So.
And they have all the draft picks and means to be able to move up too. Like, we know that's where Brad loves to get aggressive, is the draft. So
they just got
see a move up.
It was officially announced yesterday that their pick for losing Aaron Glenn is going to be pick number 102.
Yep.
It'll be the 38th pick of the third round.
So there you have that also. But yeah, I'll definitely be intrigued to see what happens with that, because again, when you put all that money together, man, I think the edge thing is kind of like, I remember people saying this before, and I was kind of in and out on it, but the more I thought about it, the more it makes sense. I don't understand why a team doesn't draft a quarterback all the time. Yeah, like if you're going to lottery ticket, you know what I'm saying? Like you got multiple sevens, like just take one. You're going to start seeing that with edges, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just take an edge, dude. What if it works?
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I would do it anyway. Dexter James, anyone else excited for Aaron Rodgers to retire? I heard the Giants are out, by the way.
Yeah, thank God. I don't even want to see him.
I wanted him to go to the Giants.
I want him to go to the Steelers really bad. Really bad do I want him to go to the Steelers, to have him, Pickens, and DK Metcalf all.
With Mike Tomlin on the sideline.
Yeah.
That's appointment viewing every
Will you
Sunday.
pick him to go to the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. I hate to say it, but yes.
Well, Rodgers won't get any of the credit in my book.
No.
It'll be Tomlin.
Yeah.
Oh, and best believe Mike Tomlin ain't playing that diva bullshit. If you coming over here, you got to adapt to the Steeler way. Like, none of that shit.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it more and more, D-Mac, I kind of want to see it too.
And then
because I want to see that.
Well, you do because you want to see it, because if he does end up retiring, which TV show are you going to see him on? Because you're going to have to listen to him anyway, so we'd rather see the drama Desperate Housewives on the sideline.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, and Mike Tomlin on Hard Knocks.
Shit.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Shit. Just imagine if it goes south.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
There's no way, right?
The amount of memes we will get out of that situation. Oh, my God. That'll be great. I can see Tomlin at the podium now.
Do you think Tomlin went to ownership and said absolutely not?
No.
No, they need a quarterback.
Tomlin's fine with crazy guys. Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, George Pickens.
But they always ship those dudes off in the end.
Yeah, but they get the most out of them when they're there.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And it's not like Ben Roethlisberger was some saint.
Not at all.
He had some allegations.
Not at all. In the bathroom store.
Yeah. Stephen Baffey, people keep wanting Holmes to make a big splash. How about we manage the cap so that we can re-sign Kirby, Hutch, Branch, Laporta, J-Mo, Terrion, etc. DNC ENT, Neil will be insufferable if Aaron leads Tomlin to his first losing season.
No, for real. I'm going to blame him. Best believe Mike Tomlin ain't getting no blame.
That's the outcome I want, Spenny. I do want him to go there.
Call it bias, call it what you want to call it. I am not blaming Mike Tomlin if Aaron Rodgers goes there.
Aaron Rodgers, look at the irony in this. He's technically the COVID of the NFL.
Yeah, he is.
He's just going through and affected every organization.
Well, he was a knockout.
I think he's done. If I was going to vote, you'll see him on TV.
You think so?
He'll be doing some pregame show.
I feel like he'd do McAfee. I don't know if he'd sit at a desk.
He said he's not doing McAfee no more. Or at least that's what I
But, when he retires.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like, if he's going to be on a show when he retires, it would either be his own Netflix show or McAfee. I couldn't see him sitting at a desk in a suit.
He can't hold his own show down. No. He would have to go to McAfee.
People would watch that for sure.
No, they would. But
I would watch it.
I want to see what his book club is.
Yeah. I don't think it would be like a sports analyst show. No. I think it would be him doing when Aaron Rodgers retires, he's either going to join Pat McAfee or he's going to join Alex Jones. It's going to be one or the other. I would be here for both of them. I would 100% want. I think Alex Jones is one of the funniest people on the planet, personally. I don't buy into everything he says, but when he says something and it comes true, it's like, dude, what the fuck? But Alex Jones is hilarious.
One of my low-key favorite things in this show when we're talking about stuff, and Spenny's got to qualify something.
Yeah,
like the way you put the hand up all the time and you back up.
Yeah, I'm not an Alex Jones guy. I don't.
But I'm entertained.
He's funny. He's really fucking funny.
But Aaron Rodgers is not that, and it's entertaining.
Have you bought anything off his website?
I have not.
Okay, then you stand by that comment.
And nobody has said anything about the doc that he put out. He put out this doc. No. We haven't reviewed it. We haven't broke it down.
Nobody said anything.
I didn't watch that. I did not watch it.
Nobody watched that shit.
All right, here we go. In the Woodward Sports chat thread, Jose Zamora, I agree with Ermanni. This roster is way worse.
What?
How's it changed?
You just added, you added a backup interior lineman that's going to help Reeder and Aleem and Roy Lopez.
Swap corners.
Right? You pretty much swap corners. You got what? I don't get it.
I don't either. So, all right. Do we have the top 5 list?
Yep.
All right. Let's do this. Let's take the break. Can't wait, man. Can't wait for this one.
It's a great one.
That's why I came in.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Damn, people can't laugh around here?
Yeah, shit.
Damn,
everybody just calm down. Tell them about Mark White.
Mark White, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He can get you in your dream home, and he can save you up to $5,000 in your closing costs. Visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com. He'll get you into your dream home.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports is at it again, giving away more cash and prizes than anyone in Detroit. Get into our March Bracket Challenge, powered by Jug and Nathan Neurosurgery. If you have the biggest basketball brain and get first place, you win $1,000 cold, hard cash. But it doesn't stop there. Second place gets a weekend at Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City, including brunch at Erie and golf. Third place, 2 club seats to see the Pistons versus Bucks with food and drinks courtesy of RHB Laboratories in Troy. You can pre-register now at woodwardsportsbracket.com. That's woodwardsportsbracket.com. Then, after Selection Sunday, fill out your bracket for your chance at $1,000 in cash money and more. Pick by mascot, choose by team colors, have your dog picked. No matter how you do it, go to woodwardsportsbracket.com right now and register. All powered by the best in the game, Chuck and Nathan Neurosurgery and Woodward Sports.
It's the Les Stanford Sign and Drive sale. Get a 2024 Envision for only $239 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for only $249 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $789 per month. Zero security deposit, zero due-it signing, zero first payment, zero acquisition fee. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory at the Sign and Drive sale. Let's Stanford Buick and GMC. LetStanford.com. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Top 5 Wednesday. That is right. Real quick, Mitten Maid, roster isn't worse, but the division is catching up. Let me see. Steve Wiles, you lost Iffy, Z, and likely Levi. That's worse, dude. Okay.
Didn't have Zadarius Smith to
none
start
of those
the year.
players.
So you didn't have Zadarius Smith when Aiden Hutchinson was playing. So I will take the net W of having Aiden Hutchinson and not having Zadarius Smith. I think that makes you a better team. Ife Melifonwu also didn't play for a majority of the season and was a backup safety. If that's what you're stressed out over losing, fucking relax. And Levi Onwuzurike, everybody hated Levi, but now he's an essential piece to this team.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah, and I would say the Eagles losing Josh Sweat and Milton Williams.
And C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yep.
And Blankenship, too, right?
Bradbury.
Darius Slate.
Yeah, and
Darius.
they cut Bradbury.
Yeah.
So
Bradbury was going to get cut, though.
And Mekhi Becton.
And there you go. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, all right, but that's not what we're here to talk
Levi
about.
was a starter. Levi was a starter because Lee McNeil was hurt.
Yeah, that's the only
That's
reason.
the only reason.
Spenny, how does it feel?
It's.
You enjoy it?
I don't know.
This is why you can't engage all the time, because it's exhausting, man. It is. If you in, you in. Like you said, if you out, you out.
Stop making excuses or bringing up facts. Your
If
phone.
he will, real cream of wheat. If he will be missed, all 5 games he played.
You're right.
Ife Melifonwu and Levi Onwuzurike are extremely replaceable players in the draft.
That's a fact.
Fair.
You know why? Because Brad Holmes drafted him. And guess what? He didn't re-sign him.
So there you go. Okay, let's do it. Top 5 Wednesday, everybody. Why is it a top five, Spenny?
Half as boring as top 10 list.
Absolutely. So, Spencer Raxter, batting leadoff as he always does. Spencer Raxter, your top 5 fat athletes. This is your list.
My list. My top 5 fat athletes.
Hey.
Oh, shout out.
Shout out. That's high school.
You're a fat athlete.
Fat athlete. I was. I'm not so much of an athlete anymore, but I was a fat athlete for sure. I was the only fat guy at States for swim. It was awesome. At number 5, I got Escalade. R.I.P. R.I.P. to Escalade, man. He was one of the best street ballers of all time.
Good pull.
Just awesome. I love watching hoop mixtapes and different things like that. And Escalade had one of the best hoop mixtapes ever. Escalade was goated. Number 4, Roy Nelson, Big Country. Make sure you tap in. UFC legend Roy Nelson, dude.
Yeah.
He was the man. Very fun to watch. Just that heavyweight style, just fucking walk him down, hang and bang, dude.
He had some battles, man.
Can't beat that. Roy Nelson was the man. And number 3, a close personal friend of mine, John Daly.
That's right.
You know, John Daly told me that he loves me. So, like, that's a
fire.
I'll put that on my
You
resume.
and me both.
Yeah, great. John Daly's the man. Again, absolute legend. Like, if you he's kind of what made me love golf. Like, seeing a guy, no shoes, power mullet, ripping cigs,
Pounding drinks,
bitches all over him. Dude's a rock star golfer. He's the golf star.
And then you get
golf
to
rock
meet him,
star.
and he's everything and all of that in a bag of chips.
Yes, and he is genuine. He is unapologetically John Daly, and that's why I respect him so much. Number 2, The hefty lefty, Jared Lorenzen, man.
Yes.
Easily could have been number one. I would not be mad if you argue that. Jared Lorenzen was the man, dude. RIP. And then at number one, Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Bartolo
Classic.
Colon. The home run he hit is one of my favorite home runs in the history of baseball that didn't come from a Tigers player. Like, it was just absolutely electric. Everybody played fun with him. Like, there's, you got the videos of, like, I think it was Albert Pujols untucking his jersey as he was running by him to go back to the dugout. Everybody loved Bartolo Colon. Got him at number one.
Woodward Sports chat reaction, Manugian Mansion. John Daly called my grandma a whore in 1994.
Did
Is
he
she?
say that before?
Hell yeah.
He's been in the chat and said that before.
I mean,
Is she?
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Only
Check
you
your
can,
grandma.
Only you can answer that question.
She might have been, man.
Robert Closey, I followed him for a round at Torrey Pines and watched him smash in person and up close and amazing. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
No, he is.
John
man.
Daly's awesome.
And he messes with Woodward, too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
friend
pretty
of the
cool.
network.
All right.
Great interview.
This is one that I'm interested to hear. Chase, batting second. Who are your top 5 athletes?
My top 5 fat athletes featuring me, arguably my fattest. No athleticism on display. But number 5, Daniel Vogelbach.
There.
Yeah. Man, he's a potato
He is
in the box.
He is a unit, dude.
Potato.
He is a unit
That can
for
rake.
sure.
He can rake.
Yeah, he can. From the left side. Another lefty from the mound, David Wells.
Boomer.
Perfect game. Hungover, big guy. Just one of a handful to ever do it. I think it's like arguably the greatest accomplishment in all of sports. Number 3, Andy Ruiz. He's the guy who defeated Anthony Joshua in that boxing match. A big stunner because Anthony Joshua looks kind of...
Anthony Joshua ain't got no technique, though.
Yeah,
that's the problem with him.
And Andy Ruiz looks like my uncle.
No, that's a fact.
He's just a big fat guy. Looks like he loves some beer, and he just laid it down. Number 2, Jerome Bettis, nicknamed the Bus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just comes.
He never gets the fat credit he deserves.
Right.
He's
That's
an
what I
all-time
thought
great.
too.
And I real quick, Chase, sorry to cut you off, but I saw somebody put in there, Sewell. Penei Sewell isn't fat.
No.
Like, look at Penei Sewell. He's not fat.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put Derek Lewis in there instead of Roy Nelson, but Derek Lewis isn't fat either.
That's true.
Like, he's...
It's an argument.
That man,
It could be made.
that man
Depends
is
on the day.
that man is a monster.
Yeah, he is a monster, but
But yeah, respect to Jerome Bettis' fatness. And number 1, this man, Diego Maradona, he pulled off the rare feat of not only being obese, but also battling issues with cocaine. usually you're a little skinny.
Of
them
all
don't mix.
sorts.
Them do not mix.
Yeah,
Sounds like
Jace, man.
Spenny and East Lansing.
Your lists are the best, man. They're the nuance and thought and below the surface stuff that goes into it. No one even. I never thought of that before. How can you be obese?
I thought of that. How can you
If be on cocaine, it don't
Yeah.
make sense.
Hey, you guys just got to look at me my senior year at Michigan State. Works out pretty well.
We talking
Yeah.
about consistent cocaine
Oh, no.
use, though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Oh, I am.
Diego
I have a
Maradona.
problem.
Diego Maradona, the hand of God goal in the nose of all of South America.
Oh, good Lord.
Holy shit.
Sorry, you got to follow this one, KG.
Hey, I'm a
But
power hitter. You already know how I'm coming. I'm in the batter's box. What's
your
up?
top 5 fat athletes.
All right, man. At number 5, Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it just makes sense. This man played into his 40s, being fat as hell. He pitched and was at the plate. I mean, it's amazing, man. Shout out to Bartolo Colon, one of my favorites. At number 4, debatable with Spinny, Derek Lewis. Because there was a point in time where he just had a pot belly, man. But the way he knocks out people, just the antics before and after the fight, I love Derek Lewis, bro. He is a brother, and he's so great in the ring. Shout out to him. At number 3, Prince Fielder, one of my favorite baseball players of that era. I was so excited when we got him as a Tiger. I just remember the Smash Bros. Little Sports Illustrated cover with him and Miggy. And, man, I really do miss that duo.
Real quick, not to cut you off, but I'm going to say not to cut you off, then cut you off.
Yeah.
Under Chase's line of thinking, he was a vegan, right?
Who, Prince
Prince
Fielder?
Yeah,
Fielder,
or
I think.
vegetarian?
Vegetarian, I
He
think.
didn't eat meat.
He was still fat.
Yeah, that's pretty
He
impressive.
was sneaking in food somewhere.
Somewhere.
Like,
That's all.
Yeah,
that
he was
the only
eating
point.
nachos on the sideline, so I don't know.
He's
I
getting
think
those
vegetarian.
carbs.
Yeah.
He was getting those carbs for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's all I
come
wanted
on,
to
man.
say.
He was fat as hell, man. But shout out to Prince Fielder.
Shout out Prince.
Especially as a Tiger.
One of the saddest endings to a career ever.
Yeah.
Feel for Prince.
It's all good, though. At number 2, Magic Johnson.
Man.
And listen, we're not talking about young Magic Johnson. I'm talking about that year, and I think it was 1999, where he came out of retirement and decided to give a lot of buckets to a whole bunch of Euros, man. That shit was great. Like, he looked like Jordan out there. Like, that shit was amazing, man. What just a moment in time that was. And at number 1, The Big Show. He is one of the most athletic. Thank you. I'm going to get to the song in a minute, but just one of the most athletic, like, big guys in wrestling, period. People like to bring up Andre the Giant. He ain't got shit on The Big Show, bro. We talking 7 foot, 500 pounds, and this man is doing drop kicks and moonsaults off the top rope. Like, Big Show was really amazing. And then the song itself just tells you going against a big motherfucker when you come out. Well, hell, it's The Big Show.
Nice, Gage. Magic Johnson, nice little touch there.
Yeah,
I like
man.
that. At the
99
end,
Magic, man.
At the end, it got that way.
It did.
No doubt.
But he was hoping still.
He was still
When
hoping.
did you guys take that picture when you were all at the Pistons?
That was the opening night this year.
Damn, no invite. Crazy.
Yeah, man.
You ain't getting invited?
Get called.
Crazy.
Look at Big Sus on the left.
Yeah, big stuff.
I
for
think
sure.
I was
out
there
Big
calling
Sus.
the game.
Yeah.
And man, see how that worked.
Yeah, it's
I'm down
crazy.
there anyway. All right, Darren McCarty, your
All
top
right.
5 fat
Here we
athletes.
go. Top 5 big boys.
Oh, yep. I should probably put up the graphic. That would
I
definitely
mean, you
help.
can.
It's a good time.
Honorable mention goes to Butterbean
Yes.
and the Gypsy King Tyson Fury.
That's a,
Yeah, he is fat as hell.
That's a good one.
Number 5 in the wrestling world, Keith Lee, the Bearcat.
That's a good one.
One of the biggest belly, and watch this guy do top rope moves.
Yeah.
Top rope moves, flips, stuff. He does things like 320 pounds that no human being should be able to do.
WWE fumbled him. They did.
Yeah, unfortunately, COVID really messed him up.
Yeah, that too.
He still has the sickness because of that. Bartolo Colon, you guys have all said it. His home run, one of the best. The fact that he's keep anybody over 40, you got to have
You gotta.
yeah.
respect
got to.
for. And same thing. Ball player John Kruk was sort of like the first guy that you're like, is this guy an athlete? And then all these big guys he's on the Vogelback's on the Kruk program where these guys can absolutely rake from the left side.
John Kruk was one of the pioneer fat athletes.
Yeah, no,
You know,
like
he
he's
kinda
like
ushered
the
in an
original.
era.
He might be an original, and I think that
Absolutely.
like he's like after career he's svelte now. Like he was bigger when he played. Number 2, Shaquille O'Neal, when he came on the scene, and this is more like at the beginning and call it whatever. He was just big, and athletic and like dominant. Like if you saw Shaq. LSU and then Orlando and then into LA, like it was a absolute different
Most
beast.
dominant basketball player ever.
Most dominant. And then number 1, I got to go with the GOAT, Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I got to.
Babe Ruth sucks.
And you might have said Babe Ruth sucks, but Babe Ruth sucks back about 2-4 before the game.
Yeah, he's
That
smashing,
you want to talk about an
smashing
elite,
hot dogs in the dugout,
an elite
dude.
athlete with extracurriculars. So he's number 1. So.
Rock solid, man.
Was
Rock
Wade
solid.
Boggs fat? He had to be fat, right? No?
No, Wade Boggs was.
He has a fat name.
He just
Good for
pounded
him.
beers on the plane.
Yeah, he's just pounding beers on the plane.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever you say, boss hog.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Dat Boy Roy in the super chat. Big Show also held a car with his knees.
That's a fact.
So
He
there's
leg
that
pressed
out
a
there.
car?
Yeah. On
Yeah.
WWE television. Flip one over, too.
Mike G.
That's legendary.
Oh, this is good. I'll have to ask D-Mac this one. Mike G. Everyone noticed 0 NHL fat guys. Were there any
Can't be fat in the NHL. Well, Ovi's kind of fat.
Well, you can't there's the
cardio.
bigger guys, but they're conditioning. Like you have to. Yes, they're. There's guys that they're
Phil Kessel, someone said.
Monitor
Phil
Kessel, the vessel, but he can still snipe. And
Ovi's
still
pretty
play.
fat right now.
But he doesn't
Ovi's
need.
got a
Hey,
weird
dude, he's
build,
just.
dude.
What's he need? Like 9?
Yeah,
9
more.
for the record.
Yep.
It don't.
He's gonna
It don't
hang a
matter.
40-goal
He
season on
can.
you.
He
He's
can
fat.
cruise it. Ovi's entering Babe Ruth status.
Yes, he is.
I love Ovi.
No, but usually not. Just because of, the rigors of the game.
What would you? Because I was just about to say I love Ovi. And prime Ovi was insane when he was just mashing people too and scoring 50 goals a year. But would you say prime Ovi was when he was scoring 50 goals and still minus 20 on the season, or when he won the cup?
Probably when he won the cup.
Yeah. Because that's when he actually like dialed in and started playing some defense.
That is that is true. All right, last, not least, because they're so heavy. My top 5 fat athletes. There we go.
There
That
we
was
go.
back in my day there. Number 5, Sean Kemp. And you
I
have
thought,
to.
is this fat athletes or most kids?
Well, he could
He'd
be on either
both
list.
lists.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have like 14 kids or something?
Yeah,
Like
Something
but
like that.
Sean Kemp at Orlando at the end of that contract was
Mm-hmm.
fat.
He was.
Fat. I got a couple of photos too, by the way. Number 4, Bob Hamlin, the Hammer Bob Hamlin, and I knew that he was going to go overlooked in this, but his time with the Tigers is what really. I was like, man, he's fat. And that was back in the John Kruk days where we were all new in our fat athlete, our
journey.
fat athlete fandom, and we had one. So I celebrated Bob Hamlin. Much along the same logic. Number 3, Oliver Miller, the Big O, spent a year with the Pistons, as a matter of fact. They said he weighed 375 playing in the NBA.
Hell yeah.
375. Dude still had a 9, 7, and 3 assist season, too.
Yeah.
And made the NBA Finals as a rookie, I think, average with the Suns. Averaged like 7 points, 5 boards, and 2 assists per game. And 2 steals as well. Hands, bro. He's got them hands. Number 2, John Daly, for all the reasons mentioned above. But number 1, the hefty lefty, of course, Jared Lorenzen. And Spenny, like, there were some stats about him, by the way. And obviously he was big. In the arena days, I think pushing 400 pounds.
Oh yeah.
But I sent you those stats in SEC passing lore. He holds he holds a couple of records. He's in the top 5, and the names that he's associated with are absolutely incredible. Like let me see, what was it in passing attempts? What was it?
He had most plays in a season.
Most plays in a season,
At
the most
635.
ever in front of Johnny Football.
Yeah.
Most career passing attempts, the most ever, more than Chris Leak, more than Eric Zier, more than Aaron Murray. But here's the one.
The 4th most in career completions.
In the history of the SEC, like Aaron Murray's 1, Chris Leak is 2, Peyton Manning's 3, and he's 1 completion behind Peyton Manning.
It's the big show.
There you go.
That's
D-Mac, look at that. Look at that finely tuned specimen.
that is a man right there.
That's him. That man.
And he
had-
could move.
Yeah, that man had 1 less completion than Peyton Manning in college.
That's crazy.
And you know
And
what?
he could move, D-Mac. You're right.
And he could move. And that's the thing for me. And by the way, Bob Hamlin right there. Love that gut. The lettuce going too.
Oh yeah.
But that's
That's
the
good
thing.
old-fashioned baseball.
It is. Jared Lorenzen, you can never take that away from him. He's in those conversations. And I know because he was like fat. I got to reading the story that ESPN, when Jeremy Schaap does a story on you, it's never good. Like there's going to be adversity in that story.
Yeah.
And he had talked about it, man. He just couldn't stop. He just couldn't stop eating. He said it. He said as much. He would like crash diet and run with like multiple layers of clothes on and sit in a sauna to get to weight all the time. He'd lose like 22 pounds in 3 days to get down to weight. And then as soon as he got done, he'd eat a Snickers and go right back to it.
Jesus.
And he couldn't stop doing it.
It's like a rubber band. It's
Yeah.
like it just snaps and just.
It was sad. But he's got a Super Bowl ring. Was Peyton Manning, or was it Eli Manning's backup for the Giants the year that they won? So he said he's since passed away. But he had a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. Michael Strahan bought the entire team like a custom bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. He still has it. Still
Hell
had
yeah.
it to the day he died. So never took it out of the box, he said. So shout out to him, man, the hefty lefty. All right, let's take the break. Tell it about Buddy's Pizza. Yeah, let's get into it, everybody, with Buddy's Pizza. It doesn't get more Detroit than Buddy's Pizza. They created the category for the original Detroit-style pizza, and they've been serving it since 1946, everybody. 22 locations in Michigan. There's always a Buddy's close to you. The cornerstone of Detroit, 79 years. They're a dedicated community partner as well. They partnered up with local organizations, the Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, the Detroit Zoo, and more. And here's a code for you guys. Use the code 10MEAL and save 10% off your entire order using the code 10MEAL. That is right. So get your Buddy's Pizza you're going to anyway and get it for 10% less. Why would you not do it? Go find a location near you at buddyspizza.com. The original Detroit-style pizza.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. I see everybody in the chat, like Mark Speed, shout out to the Fridge, William Perry. Of course, when you started to get into the list of fat athletes, there's a lot. There was a lot to choose from. So, again, great job. We had something lined up for next week, too, didn't we?
We went through our lineup, and we're currently at, like, an open docket. We can start fresh with a clean sheet of whatever we want to set up.
Okay. So if anybody's got any top 5 list ideas, we will do it. Skydog, Neil, that's pretty cool. Top 5 list of fat athletes. Then a Buddy's Pizza commercial. Well, yeah, man. Absolutely. Mark Mangino did not make the list. He was just a coach. So that's why he wasn't on there.
Derek Nix was on my. I replaced Derek Nix with Roy Nelson.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Both ways would have been fair. D-Mac, Pistons won another game last night, and they beat the Wizards, and you know, the Wizards are the Wizards, whatever.
Doesn't matter. You took care of business. Take care of.
No, absolutely. Cade played well and all that stuff. And they are percentage points back of the 4 seed. Of the 4 seed in the East. Like, I know that we know, but why is it going on? Like, it seems like Red Wings outrage or whatever because they didn't make a move at the trade deadline. It's like, it seems like that's taken up the center stage, and nobody, like, I know people know, but are people locked into the Pistons? Because I am.
I think they're getting there. I am. I'm 100% locked in. And here's the thing right now. I believe, because we got into who wants to play the Pistons in the playoffs, is that the teams around them will maneuver out of their way so they don't have to play them. And I don't think the Pistons, they care what the matchup is because it's the way that they're playing. They're going to play the same way consistently, coming off the West Coast. Like the game you saw last night is them, I mean, the alley-oop central, Cade controlling the play, but scoring off the bench, guys playing their roles. That's the way it's going to be. I think the biggest thing is looking at, okay, who are the first-round matchup. Obviously, we want the Indiana smoke and stuff like that for rivalry-wise, but it's more the consistency of the way that they play basketball night in and night out, which is why people should lock in, right? And when we were talking a couple weeks ago where the Wings and the Pistons and expected playoffs in both, you've seen the Detroit Pistons say, we're taking this and we're elevating, right? And doing the things that a playoff team should be. Now, this is a legit team. Like Neil, how many games are left?
What they got, about 20?
So about 20 games left, right? And with strength of schedule or whatever they're going to be, I don't expect a downfall, right? I don't expect, what are they going to win? 12, 13 games or at the worst? You know what I mean? Go 12-8 or whatever like that and be right in the middle of it. So to me is that, and their game is meant for the playoffs. The way they already play playoff basketball. So you know how we say it all along, and we wish that, the Red Wings are playing playoff hockey, but down the stretch, teams that are fighting to get in the playoffs, they've really, not only with their record, but their style of play and the consistency, Neil, is that we can expect this night in and night out. And that's taken that next level. And we know what to expect out of this team and the effort, the compete, both ends of the floor. Now the ball goes in. I mean, gosh darn it. I mean, Malik Beasley's good for 5 threes a game.
It feels that way.
It does. You know what I mean? What, he's got 22 games this year with over 5 or 6. I mean, so. And you look at the way they move the ball around. Did you see last night the quick throw underneath the basket, and then they kick it out for the uncontested 3, and they hit the shot? That's what it is. Now it's execution.
It's interesting, D-Mac, because there are a couple of abnormalities with this team, with how young they are. And look, I know Tobias is a vet and all that kind of stuff. They're 19-15 on the road. They're 19-15 on the road. They have a winning record on the road. The Bucks don't have that. The Pacers don't have that. And that's always the mark of being a good team, when you win road games.
Well, yeah, the old adage is 750 at home and 500 on the road, right? And that'll make you the playoffs every single year. But here's the one thing, Neil. And it's almost sort of a la Lions-esque when they go play on the road. Right, and you look at the way and I know they went 2-2 on the West Coast, but they were in all those games and they had a chance. And you're not supposed to beat Golden State at home.
It took Draymond Green hitting a 3 to beat them.
You know what I'm saying? So they push teams, right? They're going to push every team, whoever they play down the stretch and whoever they play in the playoffs, to their limits. What I like too is how hard they play and the fact that they rely on that bench also. Look at that rotation. Look at you mentioned the young guys. I mean, I say it all along, right? Asur Thompson, being in this lineup has made this team elevate. Right? You look at him on the offense, then you look at him on defense and shutting guys down. You look at Ronald Holland Jr. He as a 19-year-old. I mean, it's crazy. And you brought that up. They're not supposed to be doing this as a young team, but that goes to the coaching. That goes to the leadership in the locker room. Right, and it goes to the development of these guys.
Let's do this. Let's take the break because there's another point that I want to touch on with this Pistons team. There's a commonality that I notice. Michael Daniel, Beasley was a great pickup. No question. Real cream of wheat, unprecedented turnaround as well. IT Hips, the flagship, said yesterday the Pistons should do the Booker trade all day, and it doesn't matter who they trade because they would have the best backcourt in basketball. I had actually heard that discussion.
Weird. They must have heard that somewhere else.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Tell them about the bracket challenge.
The bracket challenge at Woodward Sports. Woodward Sports is back at it again in the white vans. We are trying to give away cash and prizes that anyone in Detroit can win. Get to our March bracket challenge powered by Jugganathan Neurosurgery. If you have the biggest basketball brain and get first place, you'll win $1,000 in cold hard cash. Second place wins a weekend at Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City, including brunch at Erie and golf. Damn, dude, okay. I'm trying to. Yeah, what the hell? Can I shoot for second? If I win first place, can I choose which one I get? Third place gets you 2 club seats to see the Pistons and Bucks with food and drinks courtesy of RHB Laboratories in Troy. You can pre-register now at woodwardsports.com. Then after Selection Sunday, fill out your bracket for your chance to win $1,000 cash money and more. Go to woodwardsportsbracket.com right now and register, all powered by the best in the game, Jugganathan Neurosurgery and Woodward Sports. Make sure you tap in for the March Bracket Challenge.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, of course, Chase, and all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts out there. We're taking top five list suggestions. Typically, we don't do sports. Typically, we don't. We did for this one because it wasn't really about the athletes. It was just fat people.
It was just about fat excellence.
Yeah, that you know. You know, we can't just be sitting up here talking.
Well,
about
it's sort of, if you do slide over to athletics, you have to caveat it with why it's not athletics. So we don't want to deter, but if it's just a sports question, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Absolutely. Sandy Dorton, Spenny's a big fan of wrestling with the right woman.
Goddamn right.
That was elite.
That's why you find them at those tiny teen outings.
Oh yeah.
All right. No doubt about it. No, but we're talking Detroit Pistons. They took the Washington Wizards apart yesterday, as they should, and as they did. They did absolutely that. And I want to run this by you guys, because you know what I'm noticing about this Pistons team? Their box score, because you brought up the term consistency, D-Mac. Their box score looks the same almost every night. Mm-hmm. Every night. Exact same numbers. Cade puts up the exact same numbers. Tobias puts up the exact same numbers. Asar, Duran. Like, Duran's always a double-double. Like, it's clockwork, man. And that's why they're good. It's nobody's on like a heater or anything like that.
Cade is the alpha. Cade is the carrier, whatever. But to me, their rotation, their substitution, the way that they use that, and that's a consistency. How do you know it works? Because everybody's doing their job, right? When you say that consistency on this, like, I'm sure JB Bickerstaff's saying, guys, look at the stat line. When we're all here around our numbers, this is what I'm coaching towards. We will be successful. And it's one of those things that they just have to continue to do and continue to do. You might not see the results until when they matter. And when do they matter the most? Middle of March. Entering into the play. Like, who would have thought this at the beginning of the year? Right? The way that they started. And that just goes right to that locker room and these players. And the one thing that's consistent, Neil, is why does this make sense? Because we're watching this, and I always go back to the locker room. Look at their interaction. When they show us them interacting behind the scenes or whatever, they play for each other. What do I always say? When the guy next to you is more important to you than yourself, right? That's culture. And they got it. 100 million %.
Well, they've won 12 of the last 15 games.
Amazing.
12 of the last 15 games.
And is that, like, when you think about that, like, back at the beginning, if this was before Christmas or whatever, and this wasn't the consistency of it, you'd be like, holy shit, man, we won 12 out of 15. Now it's like, no, we've won 12 out of 15. This is our team. Like, this is what we expect, that effort every night. I know you mentioned it's Washington they beat, but that's the problem with the teams that we have that are trying to get to the next level, and that's the playoff level, is winning those games. We saw the Tigers do it down the stretch.
Yeah.
Right now we're seeing the Pistons do it. Wings need to do it tonight. No better place to start. So again, and would you not say that with a back-to-back against this Washington team, even tonight going on the road, this is a statement game for them.
Absolutely.
Right? A statement game for them, but move them into fourth place.
You can't lose games like this.
Fourth place. Could you imagine, Neil, now that I'm talking it out, home court
Should them winning a playoff series be the expectation now?
Yes.
Point blank.
Maybe
period?
not the expectation.
And in no way am I saying they're going to win a championship, but as far as just a first round series, should we expect as fans for the Pistons to go into a series and expect them to win?
Yes.
But that's like a huge step, right? Especially in the NBA.
I think expect yes. I don't think you should be heartbroken if they don't. Like,
are we going to do what we always do though and go, "Oh, they lost in 5. Oh, I told you.
It was
I
a
told you
14
they
win.
sucked.
Yeah.
I told you Trajan Langdon."
No, exactly. Like the season's a success.
Yeah.
I think the season they need to cap it with at least a playoff win, but like a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should go into whoever you see in the playoffs and expect the Pistons to win. Now, if they don't, like I said, it's not the end of the world. And it's not, oh, they failed. They fell short of expectations. It's just the way they're playing right now. The teams that you are potentially going to be matched up with the first round, you should expect them to win.
And they expect it as a team.
Exactly.
That's the message in the locker room right now. So if they expect it, I feel like as fans, it should be okay if we expect that as well.
Yeah, I just don't want to see them play the Bucks.
Yeah,
the Bucks are a bad matchup.
Yeah,
for the
they are.
Piss. Like the
Absolutely.
Styles makes fights things.
And
But they compete with damn near every team they go against.
That's
Like,
what it is, because I think an X factor for the Pistons playoffs and their series is going to be Stu being Stu, and if he can get into somebody's head and not crash out and get get ejected for one game, but not get suspended and stuff like that. That could help, like get into a player's head, like a Karl Anthony Towns. If you see the Knicks, Stu could get into his head like nobody's business. Maybe even a Miles Turner. But you try to do that to Giannis, probably not going to work out. Giannis thrives off that shit.
No, that's a fact.
We've gotten a couple of good ones.
Top 5 toes.
Oh, shit.
Top 5 what?
Top five toes. We did top 5 fingers.
We did top 5 fingers. Yeah.
Did y'all?
Yeah,
I wasn't
we
here
did.
for that one.
Yeah, that one was an elite one.
That was a good one.
I saw somebody say top 5 state trees. That one's dumb enough to work.
It could work.
Trees.
It could work. Number 1, marijuana.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, that's not an official state tree.
Not a state tree.
Yeah, but it is to me, goddammit.
The evergreen.
It is the D-Mac,
Number
too.
4, the evergreen.
Puts you in
I
a
don't know.
good
I don't like
state.
the smell as much. But yeah. Woodward Sports Chat
Top
thread.
5
Chuck,
types of wood. Balsa.
types of wood. Chuck Brewer. No, that's not the goal. That's the goal now, but it's not a bust if they don't. Well,
Yeah.
then I don't consider that an expectation.
I mean,
Like maybe we're getting caught up in your definition of
Yeah, some
expectation.
semantics.
Like this is their organic run.
it is.
Where you just kind of sit back, say, "Hey, man, it'd be awesome to win this series."
But I mean, when you just look at the turnaround from 14 and they're bordering on maybe 50 wins, that's an amazing turnaround. And expectations do change as we go along this thing. So I just don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility to expect them to win a playoff series no matter who they go against. Not saying they will, but and I got to give Flannel credit because he said outright, yes, he would expect them to win the playoff series, but if they lose, we're going to fall back on the fact that, yeah, they were a 14-win team and they got to this point.
Absolutely.
I think we can, as fans, do that because what we're seeing is amazing right now.
What do they got? 36 or 37 wins?
Yeah.
Which
Somewhere
one?
around there. 37, I think.
37 and
Dude,
29.
they're a 45 win team.
Yeah,
14 to 45.
that's amazing. In the
In
NBA,
itself,
that's
I think
amazing.
that there's two stories. I think we can separate the fact that, right, because now it's like knocking off levels, like they're rising. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, to be fair, if they do host a playoff series, get that 4 seed or whatever, that with this team, because we should have that expectation of not only winning a playoff game, but putting the way that they've dominated and put themselves in. Are they not one of the 4 best teams in the East?
Yeah.
I think so.
They're right there. What do you got, Chase?
I think that, so that's and how are they trending? Obviously these last games staying healthy and stuff like this, but I don't see them coming off of the way that they play and the way that they win games. They know how to win.
Yeah. And
They know the secret to their success. All these other things about dealing with the other teams and stuff like that, and dealing with other players has to be addressed. And that's the next level too, because playoffs is about discipline.
Right. And Mac, you said it. Nobody wants to face this team. Why is that?
That's
because you
the-
might fuck around and get embarrassed in that first
Well,
round.
that's because
Like-
you know what it is, Kenny? There's no time. There's no downtime.
Yeah.
Right? No matter what the rotation, everybody that comes in is playing hard. They all play with the fact that they take, like, offensively pride, but all of these guys play hard defensively. And that's not the NBA. It's sort of, let me get my points, I'll let you get your points, you show off, I'll show off, and then we'll see what happens. No,
Yeah.
Detroit JB's like, no, we don't play that way.
Yeah.
We play both ends of the
Jalen
court.
Durant
We
has
play
been
hard.
fantastic defensively.
And then in a series, when you're playing in a series, it's
Right.
We're
It's
talking.
a grind.
You don't want to play a team for one game. You don't want to play a team in a 7-game series. Because
Right.
even if you win, you're coming out of there going, "Oh my God, I got to do it again."
What do you got, Chase?
I was just gonna say, like, we've seen before teams like who are like middle to lower seeds in the playoffs be able to like find a guard who plays a really high level and like carries the team all the way just as far as even the conference finals. They're looking at the 6th seed last year with the Pacers and Tyrese Halliburton, and then all the way back like 2021 with the Atlanta Hawks and
Jimmy
Trae Young.
Butler
So,
did it.
not to say that's not to say that's the expectation, but just the way this team is playing with Cade as the leader, being the alpha that D-Mac's talking about, and then like the defense coming together, the veterans, guys like Tobias Harris really playing up to snuff. Asar, Ron Holland, like the defense on the perimeter, like that's going to be really important come playoff time. And if this team is able to make a run, I think they'll be able to surprise some guys.
Yeah.
Talking about Lady Jane's.
Absolutely. Lady Jane's, they take the chore out of getting a haircut. Talented stylists deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports. Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Neil Rule here for Planet Fitness. Over 50 Planet Fitness locations in Metro Detroit just alone. Over 2,600 of them in the world. And I'll tell you this. The Black Card option at $24.99 a month, which gives you access to every Planet Fitness in the world, is one of the best deals in American consumerism. I stand on that, by the way. Come and go as you want. Every Planet Fitness, anywhere. Get that work in and go on about your day. Clean facilities, clean locker rooms. You can go take a shower and pick up right where you left off. It's flexible. They're everywhere. As I said, I'll never be a member at another gym. I don't want to pay 70 or 80 or 90 bucks a month because it's got a rock wall. I don't need any of that. I need Planet Fitness, and you do too. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot and join there. Planet Fitness, don't pay more money to lift the same weights. All right, wrapping up this Pistons discussion. Steve Lehman says top 5 coins.
It could work.
That could work.
I saw top 5 things you like to do when no one's home. I know number 1.
It's only a one.
A universal number 1.
Yeah, there's only one for Spenny, so that's not going to work, Spenny. I'm sorry.
It's fair.
It's
There
a
were 5
universal
options,
number 1.
which there's not.
I mean, number 1 for me is walk around naked. It's not just like jerk it in the living room.
That's number 2.
But why are you walking around naked?
One of my
to
favorite
eventually
things
jerk.
to do is just get out of the shower and just walk around the house naked.
And then whatever happens.
You're right.
Very
To
free.
eventually jerk.
Very freeing feeling.
Okay, moving on.
It's all leading to a jerk.
It's true.
Anyway,
What
the
doesn't, though?
last point I wanted to make about the Pistons. I think, like, when we talk about, like, playoff run expectations, I think I want to see – I don't necessarily, like, am demanding a series win.
No.
I want to show this – I want to see the signs, though. I do want to see Cade take a step.
Yeah.
With everything on his back in a playoff environment. And that can happen, and they could still lose the series.
Exactly.
I'm talking about that game where it's tied in the fourth quarter, and he scores 12 of 14, and they go win the game.
I agree. I need to see him compete because I think we'll all be upset if they get swept or a gentleman's sweep. Like, they have to go into that series and compete against no matter who they face.
Yeah. Even like the gentleman's sweep thing. If the one is the game was tied and Cade scored 14 of the last 18 in the fourth quarter and they won by 1.
Yeah.
There's something I can take away from that.
I feel you. But
Like,
this team, they play defense too good to just win one game in a series. I strongly feel that.
So, yeah.
Steve said top 5 gay experiences.
My list will be very short. I might not even have a list.
I've had a devil's 3-way or 2 in my life. So
Oh, well, that's different.
shout out Tiny Tina.
Yeah.
Matt-
Damn. Passing her around like that.
Yeah, it was,
Matt K.
Yeah.
It was a
Damn.
wild night.
I can see.
It was a wild night.
Matt K says, top 5
Respect.
ways Canada sucks. Sorry, D-Mac. No, we did the opposite here. We brought Canada and America together.
Yeah, we did. We
Unified.
dropped Canada up.
We're about unity here.
No, we absolutely do. So yeah, that's
Top
that's
5
it.
dances at weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
We'll think of something.
Yeah.
Something.
Top 5 first
It's got to
experiences?
speak to you. Nothing has spoken to me yet.
Yeah.
I like that, Chase. Top 5 first
I,
experiences.
I like the one I said a couple weeks ago, like the top 5 places to take a shit.
I don't think there's 5 though.
Home is 1 through 5. For
Yeah.
me.
Pooped in a lake a couple times. It's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which one?
Port Huron.
Top 5
yeah.
weirdest places
Like
to take
St.
it
Clair?
It was in Port
Yeah,
Huron.
the
so-
aquadump. Yeah.
Yeah. I shit behind the garage once.
We did
Yeah,
top
I've
5.
shit behind the garage before.
Yeah.
We did top 5 cheeses before, right?
We did do
Yeah, we
top 5
did.
cheeses.
I'd be out on that one.
And top 5 deli meats.
Yeah.
Did we do top 5 magazines?
No.
No, that one's not
Yeah.
speaking to me either.
Top
Yeah.
5 apps.
Yeah.
The top 5 coins thing intrigues me.
Yeah.
Top 5
I wasn't thinking
coins.
like appetizers. I was thinking about
State
like apps on your
trees was
phone.
funny.
State trees was funny. You want to do it?
I think we can find something better.
Yeah, I was about to say. 'Cause
All right, how about
marijuana
this?
is my number 1.
If we don't come up with something better, top 5 trees.
Okay.
State
Come up
trees.
with something
Top 5 state trees.
State trees or just trees?
State tree. Well, top 5 trees.
Top 5 trees?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That was one of the options from before, like as like a potential top 5 types of wood.
Yeah. Balsa wood, driftwood, morning wood.
Oak.
Yeah.
Stronger than oak. So all right. Well, we'll
Top 5.
marinate.
We already did top 5. We did top 5 bad moms.
We did.
Stick said hot old women. Didn't we do that?
Yeah, we did. Remember
Top 5
D-Mac?
commentators?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did top 5 hot old ladies.
Manugia Mansion, top 5 trees is dumb AF.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
but
the
this
point.
is a good show, and we'll make
Right.
it entertaining.
What is your problem,
We did
Manugia?
top 5 letters.
We did.
Top 5 periodic table elements.
That one, you know what, low key, D-Mac, I think that was one of our best ones.
That was a good one.
And Manugia Mansion probably thought that would have sucked, but it
Yeah,
was
I know, right?
electric, dude. Literally and figuratively.
We did top 5 cheeses already, Manugian.
We did.
Get over it. We're not doing it again.
Lame.
Top 5 board games.
Eh.
That's intriguing.
Yeah.
Eh.
All right, top 5 trees, unless somebody comes up with something better.
We'll
Fair?
come up.
All right,
Fair.
I'm gonna be out the rest of the week. I'm going down to Florida. I'll be on the call for Detroit City FC Colorado Springs on Saturday night on the TV call. So tap into that, and I'll be at Tiger Spring Training. I'll text you when I'm at the stadium.
Yeah.
And I'll VMix in.
Get a picture with Javi.
I will. I should do that.
You should.
Javi go knock your ass out.
Why? I have a shirt on.
It don't matter. We got a year's worth of tape. Speaking of tape.
All right, for DMAC, for KG,
See you tomorrow.
Spencer Raxter,
We out.
Chase. Thanks for watching. Well, see you later.
Top.